So we see on this upcoming episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville that Chris Fletcher tells Martell that he owes his wife Nell an apology for calling her a side chick, but Martell seems to think differently.
Speaking on moving on to the next,
What's that?
I had a talk with the wife. I think my wife deserves an apology for calling her a side chick.
Weren't you married when you started
Before I
talking to
met
Nell?
her, yeah.
No, that's a lie. Now you lying. Nell
I
already...
said before I met her, before I met
No,
Nell.
that's a lie.
I was married to
Yeah, you were married and you met Nell and y'all kind of...
and I was separated from my wife. On paper, we were going through the divorce. My wife ain't no side chick, so
She ain't now.
don't call her. She never was.
Hold on.
Don't call my wife no side chick. She ain't never been no side chick.
All right, so
no,
hold on.
Seriously.
Hold on. If
She
we gonna define the term, what's the definition of a side chick?
I don't know, some that everybody made up.
Man, if you say she wasn't a side chick, I mean, cool, she wasn't a side chick. I won't call her a side chick no more. That's just what it is. You know?
I appreciate that.
So Martell really wants everybody else to get some of the heat that he's gotten over these past seasons. I don't know. There's a lot of controversy between individuals in regards to when you're separated or whether your divorce is finalized as to whether or not you should be able to move on and start talking to other people. One person commented, "Yes, sir, she was the other woman. Being separated doesn't mean you can date other people. You're still married, sir." And someone responded and said, "I want y'all to stop acting like folks' life should be on pause while going through a divorce. They were separated on paper and getting a divorce, so Nell was not a side chick." Now, what I find kind of odd about what Chris said is, he's like, they were separated on paper, but Nell said she didn't know that he was married. So I guess my question is, why didn't he tell her that he was married and separated from his wife? So I don't know. It just seems like either he's not fully telling the truth, or when he met her, he wasn't straightforward and honest in the beginning of his marital status. So like I said, there was a lot of back and forth, a lot of different opinions. Someone commented and said, "I'm sorry to tell y'all, but Nell was absolutely a side chick, whether she realized it or not. Case closed, next scene." Someone responded back and said, "No, she wasn't. Stop acting like people who are getting divorced and or legally separated don't date other people. He was not cheating on that lady. Nell was his woman in the open." Now, I'm trying to understand why this is even an issue on the show, because how long has it been that Nell and Chris has been married? I mean, it's been a while. It's not like they just recently got together. So it's like bringing up old stuff, old situations. I just want to say, are you telling me you don't have anything else worth talking about? Because this ain't it. But someone else commented, "Ariane is a side chick. She actually broke up a marriage." Now, there was someone else who responded to the fact of they were saying that Nell was a side chick. And this person said, "A lot of people may feel like you do. If you are still married, then seeing someone else outside of that could be seen as a side chick. But I also think that if two people are legally separated and not intending on getting back together, a lot of times people will date and they are just waiting for the divorce to become final. Chris dated Nell during his separation. I don't really see that as her being a side chick. Ariane's situation is a totally different story. She was all up and through Martell's marriage, knowing he was married, and she antagonized his wife. But everyone's views are different. So, hey, and I agree. Everyone's views are different. And, some people really feel strongly that if you are still legally married, that you should wait until the papers are signed and the divorce is final. I don't know. It's a touchy situation, and I think people have to do whatever works for them. But drop down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think Nell Fletcher was a side chick? And do you think Martell just wants to put everybody in the same category as him, as a married man that cheated on his wife? Let me know your thoughts. As always, I thank you guys for watching and listening, and I'll talk to you in the next video.